I hate my mother. I do. When I was growing up, she was a good, honorable woman. She was creative, she was happy, she was fun, she worked hard, she was responsible. For as long as I was alive, she worked as a nurse. When I was growing up, she worked in the maternity ward of the hospital. She was surrounded by babies when she was at work, pregnant women and expectant fathers, and families gathered around to see the new baby and babies. That was her life. 8 hours a day when she goes to work, that's what she deals with, and then she comes home to her 3 kids. And most of the time, well, part of the time her husband's there, and part of the time he's gone away to sea. And she was really creative and fun and funny. She was a little timid. She was the youngest daughter of 3 daughters. And she had issues with alcohol because my grandfather was an alcoholic. And I don't know that much about it, but apparently he was abusive. He was a World War II vet. I loved my mother. She was a good, honest, honorable, loyal, responsible, fun, decent, intelligent, creative, hard-working woman. I loved her and I respected her. But when my father got posted to Ottawa and we didn't have to go away to sea anymore, it was like happy times. Yay, Dad doesn't have to go away anymore. We get to be a normal family with a mother and a father that's there every day. Yay, Daddy's home. My mother wanted to have another kid. She wanted to take a break away from nursing and just relax. And she took a job working in a McDonald's, surrounded by a bunch of pimply high school kids. And she was really happy. She didn't feel any shame. She wasn't embarrassed. My dad was embarrassed. She wasn't embarrassed. She was like, she wanted to have another baby. And my father went and got a vasectomy without even talking to her about it. And he cheated on her. After that, my mother wasn't the same. She was never the same again. She was angry all the time. Angry and hateful and mean. And she took her anger out on me. She would say to me, "You're just like your father. You're just like your father. With those eyes and that, you're just like your father." That's what every fucking son wants to hear. You're just like your father. She never trusted again after that. She eventually remarried. The guy was a humble guy, worked in a warehouse, spent his time moving boxes around with a forklift and loading and unloading trucks. He was very quiet and very calm, very nice man. Spent most of his time in his garage working on and restoring his old classic car. But they were like, what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours. My mother was never, ever going to put herself in a position where someone could do to her again what my father did to her. She changed. She was cold and calculating and mean-spirited and selfish and right. Still my mother, but I don't love her anymore. I don't love her anymore. She's not the person she used to be. I used to talk about how I wanted to marry someone like my mother, the way she was when she was young. My parents both hated me for that. My parents both hated me for that. My father hated me because he wanted me to validate his life choices. He wanted me to marry someone like his wife and not someone like my mother. He took it as a personal insult that I would want to marry someone like my mother. And my mother, she didn't like it either because she saw it as me being a piece of shit like my father, trying to trap a woman in a fucking relationship where she didn't have any power. She didn't want to see me do to another woman what my father had done to her. And that was how she thought. That's how her brain works. I don't want to see my son do to another woman what his father did to me. So the fact that I wanted to be with the kind of woman that my mother was when she was young, before my father broke her heart, both of my parents hated me for that. And both of them attacked me for that.